Here are 5 Liverpool players who should be dropped more often, and here are 5 players who subsequently should be replacing them more often and getting more game time. These conversations need to be happening right now. It's unfortunate that it takes 4 losses on the bounce for these conversations to start circulating around the fan base. However, in my opinion, I said these points all 4 months ago, I'm not being funny. We've been playing poor now for the best part of a calendar year, not being funny. Like, we've not played some good stuff in a while. When was our last good performance? Tottenham last season? That's genuinely, we're going back that far, right? We've been shocking. What's the worst that can happen if these 5 players I'm going to pitch to you now start next week? What's the worst that can happen? We can't lose more games. You know what I mean? Like, we can't concede more goals, right? Here's my 5 players. I'd love to know your thoughts down below. Off the top of my head, let's just start with Chiesa. Let's get that out there. Chiesa has to start more often over Salah. Carragher made some great points on Sky, and it's about time he did so. I think he needs to speak up more often. The only argument for people... when people say, well, drop Salah? You joking? Why would you drop Salah? The only argument people give me, and I'm going to quote it, put quotation marks in here, it's Mo Salah. What are we doing? Don't drop him because he's a club legend. No one's saying he isn't. We're saying that he's having a bad bit of form right now. He's not playing very well. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Don't expect him to be on it for 9 seasons in a row. Like, he's going to have dips, and this is the dip right now. Chiesa, if Chiesa was playing poor, I'd probably go, well, Salah keeps his place. Chiesa's been fantastic off the bench. He's earning a place. He's doing everything he can. He's had injury problems. He's not been picked. He's not been favoured. He was left out of the Champions League squad. And then in the small kind of amount of game time he gets, he takes it with both hands and he plays well. And he still can't get on the pitch. And Salah's playing for what? For history? What are we doing here? I love him. I've got 2 shirts in that cupboard there, in that drawers there, with his name on the back. I love him. This does not... This poor bit of form does not reflect what I think about him as a player. His impact on the side over the years he's been here. Not at all. I'm just saying what I'm seeing. He's having a bad bit of form right now, and Chiesa's been fantastic off the bench. I reckon his goal-to-game ratio, or his goal/assist-to-minute ratio, must be the best in the league. He's scoring every half hour. What more is he going to do? So, Chiesa's number 1. Let's just get that out there. Everyone knows it. We're all thinking it. But the argument people are giving me for Salah should start is absolutely... Tosh, it's none. What are you talking about? You're making things up at this point. You're trying to believe it. That's the problem here. You need to start getting real. There's number 1. I didn't do a match review reaction yesterday, by the way, because I don't want to be one of them false Liverpool fans who go, well, we've been crap, get them all out, sack them. And then after the video, they're just like, ooh, like, it's a complete alter ego. They're not real people, these guys. These guys on Twitter, these guys on TikTok lives who you see, spitting at their camera. And did you see that freak yesterday doing that? What a little... They're not real people. These are the Liverpool fans. There was a guy yesterday, he had like 100,000 likes after the game saying Slot should be sacked. These do not represent the fan base. Stop being fake. Stop boosting their accounts, by the way. Stop interacting with these people. And I realise I've done the exact opposite thing by kind of mentioning them here. Stop interacting with these freaks. They're giving us a bad rep. Arne Slot should not be sacked. It's not Slot out. It's like, Slot should sort it out. Like, we want to give him the chance. He's absolutely earned the chance to sort this thing out. Let's carry on. A bit of a rant there. I think people need to stop being fake. And again, I don't want to give rival fans the pleasure of seeing a Liverpool fan annoyed, because whilst I am, it's not, I'm not one of them weirdos that sit on the live streams pretending to be something when they're not. Number 2, and this might get a few people, Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones. This is one of them where it's like, I believe the people who watch this every single week, every 90 minutes, and not check SofaScore for the results, believe me here. I believe they agree with me here. Curtis Jones has been really good this season. Really good this season. Certainly if you're comparing Jones to McAllister, which I believe you need to do. I believe they're both the same position, right? They're both number 8, it's kind of box-to-box, midfield players if you like. Compare them. Jones has been fantastic this year compared to McAllister. And yeah, there's absolutely variables here. I understand why McAllister's been poor. He had a really disjointed pre-season. He started slower than everyone else, I think, in terms of fitness, right? He almost was taking the first few games to get into fitness as a pre-season, right? Then I believe he had a child and that kind of thing, but a really disjointed first half of the season. It does not reflect, similar with Salah, the start to his season does not reflect what I think about him as a player. He was fantastic last year, he was world class, he was arguably our best midfield player, arguably the best in the league, I think you could make a really good argument for. Does not change my mind on that, but he's been poor in these 8 games. I'm saying what I'm saying, and I think Jones has been fantastic. Jones should come in and play more football, simple as that. We're losing the ball too many times. We're giving possession away too easily, too cheaply. Jones is fantastic at ball retention. One of the best in the league at it, in my opinion. Is that a bit far? I don't think it is. Purely on keeping the ball, purely on doing the simple things right, I think Jones is up there with an Elliot Anderson, with an Adam Wharton, just keeping the game so simple. And when you're losing games, 4 on the spin by the way, you've got to go back to basics. You've got to revert back to defending your back post. You've got to put more focus on set pieces. We're not doing that right now. Second balls, simple things you do in Sunday League, we're not doing right now. It's true though, isn't it? Great teams you can almost get so carried away with like, all right, we need to really work on a game plan here and get all these players like patterns of play and like all well and good, but you need the foundation to build off of. Defend your crosses, win your second balls, win your duels, defend transitions. Simple bits make the complex parts come together, right? And we're not doing simple bits. Jones does it better than most players, and in terms of competing with McAllister, he's been better this season. Not going to lie to you. Jones should play more football. Number 3. Where are we at now? Oh yeah, Ekatike. I mean, Ekatike is one I feel a bit less passionately on because he's played, I think, more than all these players here so far this season. But I look at yesterday's game, and I look back at my match prediction, my team reveal thing. I'm annoyed with myself, and this is a video to me. If you're like, George, I hope you're watching. I am. I'm me. I'm the same person. But I didn't start Ekatike actually. I thought Wirtz should play because I really do like what I'm seeing from Wirtz. I really do. I think he's been a bit overhated, to be honest with you. I know he's not scoring goals, not getting on the score sheet, but what I'm seeing from him, I'm seeing glimpses, I'm seeing bits that will work. I'm seeing him get in the right areas. I wanted him to start over Ekatike, and I really regret that decision. And I'm going to say when I'm wrong. I'm not going to hide it. Ekatike has been unreal this year, and why I picked Isak over Ekatike in my starting 11, I don't know. I think it's a kind of bias thing. I think it's a kind of Isak was signed for more money, therefore he must equate to better. You know what I mean by that? I think that's the reason actually he's been picked, by the way, from Arne Slot. So I was wrong. I think Arne Slot was wrong as well. I think a lot of people were wrong as well. Ekatike proved to me just how wrong I was by his impact straight away off the bench. Fantastic. He's been arguably one of the best signings of the season in the Premier League. Certainly one of our best forward players. He's been our best signing, right? So I find it very hard to sit here again and say Ekatike should be dropped for the next game or should be benched. He should start next game, and it's not even a debate midweek. Not even a debate. Ekatike needs more game time, right? And I know he's been playing a lot more than these other players, but he should be playing more. That's a really great statement of kind of how good he's been, right? He should be playing more than a Wirtz and an Isak and a Salah. Wow. That's the highest regard, right? He's done everything right so far. The only negative he's done is frigging that yellow card, that red card. That's it. How good's that? If that's the only thing we're talking about, is something that actually affect the pitch. Okay, well, it did, I guess, non-directly, but I think that's pretty good, to be fair, right? Number 4, for me, we're going to fullbacks. Let's go to fullbacks now. You can make the argument for Gomez starting over Konate. I thought Konate was impressive yesterday. I do think that. Van Dijk was poor yesterday, but it doesn't change what I think about him. I think he's world class and he should start every game, of course. I'm going to go to the fullbacks, and we're going to look at first Andy Robertson. I'm really not impressed by Kirkes. I actually feel quite strong on this, as opposed to a lot of other people. I think people aren't too big on this, aren't too big on Kirkes playing very bad. I think people are kind of trying to mask it by trying to say, well, he's not playing in the right position, which I absolutely agree with. I said this a few times. He goes away with Hungary, and he has a good game against Portugal. Marauding fullback, getting up the pitch. He put in a fantastic ball for their goal, right? He's come back to Liverpool, comes back to England, and he's been asked to tuck into a back 3 and defending a compact 3 for like, what's going on there? I get that. I'll concede he's absolutely not playing in the right, not position. He's still a left back, but not in the right role. The different things, in my opinion, a position and a role. He's not a defensive fullback, is he? This guy can't defend. I mean, he can, but he's not best at it, right? His assets is you're best utilising him further up the pitch, and he's not playing there. So I feel for him in that sense, but I don't care. I still think more needs to come from him. We need loads more. Progressive passes are not there. His accurate crosses, where are they? And I get he's not getting high enough up the pitch to put the crosses in, but yesterday he was finding some great spaces yesterday, and there were no end product. Nothing. Did he put an accurate crossing yesterday? We need to call these things out. Again, he's a new signing. He's a young lad. I give him the benefit of the doubt for 6 games. Like 6 games, I think, plenty. You know what I mean? Plenty, right? At what point do we go, we need more here? He was the best left back in the league, arguably, last year. What's going on? I think it's fair, very fair. Not like a personal criticism, or not like it's not that deep. To be honest with you, I just think he needs a bit of a kick. To be honest with you, and that's where I think Robertson comes in. I think Robertson should play more game time. I think he deserves it. I think he's played better in the games he's played this year. I think Robertson offers a bit of security. I mean, I never thought I'd say that, right? After last year, he made a few fucking errors last year, Robertson. So that's a pretty sad indictment of where we are right now. But Kirkes is making mistakes. bad tackles, ill-timed tackles, switching off at back post, done it twice now this season. Certainly one costing a goal, Bruno Guimaraes. I'm trying to think of that Chelsea game. Who was at the back? That was Robertson. It's like, well, that's what I mean. In my opinion, it's a pretty sad indictment of where we are that I'm saying about Robertson, the offers a bit of security, because I think that's been one of Robertson's weakest points over the last 2 games. But in terms of, if you're Van Dijk and you look to your left now, and it's Robertson or Kirkes, I think you'd rather it would be Robertson. I do think that. I think I'd rather it be a bit more level-headed player, someone who's not rash, Robertson's got his flaws. He maybe switched off at back post. I think, to be fair, he was injured that day against Chelsea. I think he had his knee. I don't know what it was. He does switch off, but he's not rash. He doesn't commit. He's not got something to prove. Kirkes absolutely has. That's why he's going to ground every single game, making stupid tackles, giving the ball away. There's times when I look at Kirk and he's not getting forward. There was a game against, was it Newcastle? He was not. It might not have been Newcastle. I don't know who it was. Van Dijk were like, go, run. We need to score a goal here. And he was just passing it back to Van Dijk. That's not the mentality we need, in my opinion. I think something needs to happen. Worst case, Robertson comes in. Are we going to actually get worse? Really? For me, no. I think he needs a kick up the arse. I do think that. And the same can be said for the right back slot. I think Bradley's been poor, and I'm his biggest fan. If you've been watching this channel for a while now, on here on TikTok, I do TikTok as well. And make sure you subscribe. And by the way, if you agree with anything I said, please do subscribe and leave a like. It really goes far in helping. Bradley's been poor this year. He's a walking yellow card. Never thought to say that. I thought his tackling was always fantastic for Liverpool. Energy was great, but looking a bit flat recently. I don't think Salah's helping. I don't think that at all. I think Frimpong needs to play football, and I find that very hard to digest because I've not been massively impressed with Frimpong. Yes, yesterday was amazing for 20 minutes. He was probably our most threatening player in them 20 minutes. But as a right back, I've not been too impressed. Atletico Madrid had a good game, in my opinion. Other than that, we've not seen too much. But again, it's very, very disjointed, right? He's not getting 290s back to back. And I guess the same argument could be said about Bradley. It's like they're both swapping. How do you expect someone to secure it, lock it down? Look at Timber at Arsenal. Look at Calafiori at Arsenal. These players are playing every game, or big game. So you kind of expect them to get a bit of consistency there. These players, it's like, we need someone just to play well and lock it down. I don't care who that be. I think it's a better chance of it being Frimpong than Bradley right now. I do think that. So my 5 players are Frimpong over Bradley, Robertson over Kirkes, Jones over McAllister, Ekitike over whoever, and Chiesa over Salah. They're my 5 players I think need to be dropped, and 5 players should come in. I'd love to know your thoughts down below. It's not a good time, this, 4 in a row. I want to know what you want to see. Do you want to see more of these talking videos? Do you want to see me get the tactics board out? Do you want to see me get the team sheet out? I'd love to know what you think. There's so much to go through. We could be here all night. Make sure you follow my Instagram, _. Make sure you follow my TikTok, George Scaife LFC. Subscribe to this one, and I'll see you next one.